What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. We got a few NASCAR stories that we do need to discuss here today. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. The first thing we're going to talk about is the Daytona TV ratings. According to Adam Stern, NBC earned 3.263 million viewers, including streaming. That's very interesting there for Sunday's Cup Series road course race at Daytona. Last year's Watkins Glen race earned 2.7 million viewers, but was on NBCSN. Now, Saturday's Xfinity Series event on NBCSN earned 1.035 million viewers. Now, I feel like this year is a little bit different on the rating side due to it being with COVID-19 being around. I don't think the ratings are going to be as much and matter as much, in my opinion, because we've had the COVID-19 pandemic. All these sports are coming back like MLB, NBA, but we've been beating those, so that's good. NHL playoffs being around. We're going up against competition with that, and that's pretty good for the ratings there. But you also have to factor in there was a 30-minute lightning delay that did take place that kind of broke up the action. I feel like people quit watching the race after the lightning delay. I feel like the ratings could have been a little bit higher if that lightning delay would not have taken place. And now for Saturday's Xfinity Series race, why is it that low? Is because one, Xfinity doesn't usually get that many viewers, but it was a new racetrack, so I think the biggest reason that the ratings were so low to begin with is because we had a 2-hour delay before the race even took the green flag because we had so many lightning delays, like a 2-hour delay before the race even began because of lightning. That's why I think the Xfinity Series TV ratings were that low. And hopefully ratings do go up, probably in that 3 to 4 million viewer range for the rest of the year, but we'll have to see what happens with the ratings for the rest of the year. Speaking of Daytona, the Daytona 500's tickets are now on sale. Obviously, track hopes that it can have a full grandstands and camping next February. Now, my hopes on this, I do believe we will get to see fans in attendance. I don't know how many. Probably we're going to see full capacity for next year. I'm hoping COVID is done by next year so that we can get fans fully back in attendance. Hopefully, maybe by the end of the year, we get to see fans in full capacity for the Phoenix Championship race. So I feel like fans deserve to go to that. A lot of races this year, we haven't been able to have fans in attendance for those races. And hopefully for Daytona 500 especially, we get to see fans in attendance for that race. On to the next story. We have some news about the Darlington Southern 500 race. Cookout has signed on as a new official QSR of Darlington Raceway, replacing Bojangles. Cookout gets a couple asphalt logos, a trackside billboard, and 4 walls signs, plus the right to run Darlington brand point-of-sale promotions, sweepstakes, and digital campaigns. What I also believe this means is that Cookout will be the sponsor for the Southern 500. It's not been confirmed yet, but what I believe with this is that Cookout will be the sponsor for the Southern 500. I like the name, the Cookout Southern 500. That sounds like a really good name. No offense to Bojangles. The Bojangles Southern 500 is going to stick with me a lot more than Cookout. But Cookout Southern 500, that sounds like such a good name for the first race of the playoffs. I will eventually be talking about the throwback schemes probably sometime next week. But man, the Southern 500 is not that far away. We got fans going to attendance, 8,000 fans. And I really like the sponsor for this race. And now we get into the final story of this episode. Next-gen car testing has once again resumed and will be once again taking place next Monday and Tuesday, and Cole Custer will be the driver. But there was a own conducted test that did take place yesterday with Austin Cindric and the Action Express Racing Organization at the Daytona Road Course yesterday. Again, for those who don't know, next-gen testing was suspended earlier this year due to the COVID-19. They banned testing in general up until now. And Cole Custer, like I said, will be driving the car. We had that ban. And now the next-gen car was pushed back to 2022. Let's talk about a little more about the next-gen stuff. The next-gen car at Daytona looks really, really cool. And what this next-gen car is supposed to do is it's supposed to cut costs for all these teams coming into sport. That's why I don't think you see teams like Spire and Premium running as well right now. So I think they're waiting, and they're not throwing all their eggs in one basket. They're waiting until 2022 to go out for the next-gen car to be a little bit more competitive. I think that's why you're seeing Spire starting to get another charter for their organization. Why you're seeing Justin Marks join the Cup Series. But a little bit more on the next-gen car talk about this. No offense to guys like Cole Custer, who else? William Byron, Eric Jones, those guys. But they haven't really proven themselves, in my opinion, for them to give valid opinion. I think they're just doing this as like making sure the car doesn't fall apart, basically. But what I want to start seeing with the next gen car, in my honest opinion, is what I want to start seeing. I want to see guys like Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, even Chase Elliott. I want to see guys that have experience in multiple different divisions of cars. I want to see guys who are very talented and very capable. Not saying that Eric Jones, William Byron, or any of those guys are not talented and capable enough drivers to drive these cars. I think we need to see more guys like Joey Logano out on the racetrack who can give a lot of good feedback toward a car. So I feel like Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, those guys can give a lot more good feedback toward the next-gen car. And again, I really have liked what I've seen from the next-gen car up to this point so far. But I want to see really the best of the best come in this series, go out and test the next-gen cars. I think the next-gen car, if we get opinions from guys like Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch, that would be good. NASCAR, please be asking them. And maybe they have asked them and they just haven't had time to go for it, which is like shame on them if they have been asked to test the next-gen car. Because what I want to start seeing is I want to see the best of the best drivers in the Cup Series go out there, test this car, and give opinions of it. Because I think a lot of this is just a performance test. Maybe in the future what we are going to see is we're going to start seeing more guys like Kyle Busch, more guys like Kevin Harvick go out there and test the next-gen car and give their opinions. Maybe they're just not interested at the moment. Maybe we're waiting until a little bit closer. I think eventually we will get to see their opinions on the next-gen car. But we'll have to see in the future what the next-gen car is going to bring to us for the 2021-2022 NASCAR season. Since that did get suspended, pushed back to 2022. Again, NASCAR made a very, very good decision there, pushing it back to 2022 because you do get a lot more time to test the car. I'm expecting there to be a lot more frequent tests that are going to take place with the next-gen car, but we will have to see what happens with the next-gen car. So anyway, that is a couple stories I wanted to discuss today. So like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on so you be notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Link description below for that. And comment your thoughts on today's video. What do you think about next-gen car testing resuming? Let me know in comments below. And what do you think about the Daytona TV ratings? Do you think that this year is a little bit of a fluke for the TV ratings or not? Let me know in comments below. Anyway, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video. And I will see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.